it down to no meat left. Line upon line in the word, make you respect. History collegiate, when we teach it, brains reset. You listening to precept on precept. Captain Shim, break it down to no meat left. Line upon line, the word make you respect. History collegiate, when we teach it. You listening to precept on precept. Captain Shim, break it down to no meat left. Line upon line in the word, make you respect. History collegiate, when we teach it, brains reset. You listening to precept on precept. Captain Shim, break it down to no meat left. Line upon line, the word make you respect. History collegiate, when we teach it. You listening to precept on precept. Captain Shim, break it down to no meat left. Line upon line in the word, make you respect. History collegiate, when we teach it, brains reset. You listening to precept on precept.
Hey, shalom, Israel, Most High in Christ, bless, shalom. Be like Captain Shemaiah. Everybody ever notice Captain Shemaiah always go, Most High in Christ, bless, Most High in Christ. I'm still trying to figure out, he would want to give everybody a double blessing. I'm Captain Shem. Welcome to Precept Upon Precepts. We are your host, Captain Shem.
Officer Matt. Officer Mikael.
Officer Micah.
So look, before we get into tonight's show, we are going to go straight away to our Watchman Report with Officer Micah, and then we're going to get into the show. Take it away, Officer Micah. Watchman Report.
Shalom, Israel, Most High in Christ. Bless. Good afternoon. Welcome back to Precept Upon Precept. Hey, let's go ahead and, my brother's shirt look nice over here. All praises. Let's go ahead and get to these articles. Should look better than mine. All praises. Let's roll. Kremlin official reveals what it would take for Russia to use nuclear weapons. So, yeah, I know, right? They just like, yeah, look.
Not nothing.
They just letting America know, look, it's on our mind. So, let's make sure we repent and we getting right and keeping these commandments.
That's right.
Next article, please. Embarrassing losses are making Russian forces very cautious around one of Putin's most prized military outposts. So they losing, and they talking about nukes. So let's just make sure we stand in the commandments. All right. Next article, please. Biden orders proportionate, deliberate airstrikes on Iran-backed militia in Syria, Pentagon says. So they still bomb. While Jake over here wearing bonnets at school, Biden is bombing the hell out of Syria. So,
With Iran-backed Syria.
yes.
The same Iran where they killed the leader.
Yes, Somalia.
Damn.
Yeah. So the white Atlanta cop who killed a black man in a Wendy's parking lot won't face charges. The law is slack and they hold themselves not guilty. And that concludes the Watchman Report.
All right, shalom, shalom, Israel. Yes, yes. We're going to start like we always do with the thumbnail because we just came, I'll take a couple of minutes to talk about, we just came out of Men's Conference 2022, and it was a surreal experience because when you're there, you're going through it, sometimes you can take it for granted, but when you come back, you start to see the great work that, one thing that I noticed is not only the great work that the tech team did with the video productions, which you're going to see multiple tonight, but there's a lot of things that go on behind the scenes that you at home would never know about. For example, without me sharing very little information, the security there was incredible. There were layers of security, I'll leave it at that, who were constantly vigilant and on guard and making sure that the leadership, the brothers, and everybody else was safe. Okay, it was eyes on deck, head on a swivel, and it was done all very professionally. That was behind the scenes. Then there was a Then there was a whole room, like a doggone, like a FBI huge room full of tech guys that weren't even in the main men's conference that were behind the scenes grinding. It almost looked like a movie production. And it's just, that's what goes on behind the scenes at IUIC. Like, y'all don't, and I'm just giving you general information. Everybody knows that. But we are evolving to the point where there is, like in Esau's military, and the same thing with the Chilean military, same thing with the Greece military, same thing whatever. They have different what they call military occupation specialties. For example, you'll have a 0311, which is an infantryman. Then you'll have a clerk, which does administrative work. Then you'll have a motor vehicle operator. You have a motor vehicle mechanic. Then you'll have a mortarman who deals with artillery. Then you can have a cook that deals with food production. And all of these different things make that military work, right? IUIC is getting to the point where we're evolving different offices. And that's the formation of a nation. And with that, we're growing in this. I'm telling you, with y'all, been true for a minute. Not anywhere near as long as the bishop and the deacons, but right behind some of the deacons. And I'm telling you, I've seen a lot come, and we are just starting. So y'all, listen, y'all hang on. A lot of you that survived that whole BS in 2018, the Lord shook the tree. The Lord going to shake the tree again. Just be mindful of that. Every time we have new levels of milestones, what we do, the Lord send demons in, shake it up to see who's really going to be about it. So now let's get to the thumbnail. I like this thumbnail. It's a nice thumbnail. Check this out. So let me first start by saying this. So when I look at this thumbnail, this is what I see. All right. I see a man to the front, to the left side. A mighty warrior of Israel who faced death right in the eyes and overcame it. And even in the midst of him going through his trial, I'll keep it just very general, he was more concerned about the men under him and how they were doing. And I witnessed it. And that's why IUIC is what we're doing is because we have the man who is helping to guide the nation of Israel at IUIC has gone through many a trial and overcame because he cares about the people that are around him. And that's why before anybody called him that, he was always programmed in my phone as general for many, many years because that's a real leader. And when I look behind him, I see men that are striving to be like Bishop, because Bishop has taught us to be like our forefathers. Then behind them, I see a bunch of brothers in a royal color, purple and gold, all in the same mind and the same spirit. And so the title of tonight's show, I'm not going to rush, is After Men's Conference, Rejuvenated, Rededicated. And that's what we're talking about tonight. We have to be rejuvenated, which we were. At men's conference, we're going to talk about it. And then we have to talk about the fact that we still have a whole hell of a lot of problems all around us. We have to be rededicated because we have a whole nother year that we've got to deal with evil, slander, hatred, and all the things that come along with being Christ-like, the real Christ-like. So those of you who are at men's conference, y'all just soak this in because, we got great men, great men that are leading by example. Give me Acts 14:22 real quick, and we can take this slide off. So we want to be rejuvenated. We want to be rededicated because we just getting started, y'all. We just getting started. Acts 14:22.
Yes, sir. The book of Acts, chapter 14, verse 22.
Yep.
Confirming the souls of the disciples.
Because in order to confirm something, the souls of the disciples, a confirmation has to happen. And the disciples of Christ are going to go through the things that Christ went through. Christ went through many trials, just like Paul did, just like Peter did. You're going to get confirmed in this truth. Some of you are going to have problems that you're going to have to overcome. Some of you really don't even understand you're in this truth until you face adversity. And I pray that you got the strength to stick around. Read on.
and exhorting them to continue in the faith.
And that's why, like I said in the beginning of the show, you know, hold that real quick. There's a scripture where Paul says, I was all things to all men. And I don't know where it's in. It's in the book of the small letters, and I can't remember where it is. All things to all men. It just came to me just now. Find that and read the rest of Acts 14. It might be in Acts. Acts 14:22.
Yes, sir. And that we must, through much tribulation.
And that we must, as the disciples who are confirmed, we must through much tribulation. Read on.
Enter into the kingdom of God.
So in order to enter to a kingdom of the Most High, we are going to have our souls confirmed. And that confirmation process comes with tribulation. It comes with trials. It comes with going through things. And you brothers that are going to be with us, you're going to stay with us, you're going to go, the Most High is going to touch you. He's going to put you through things. My advice to you is to be patient and endure your trial. Don't run. Don't run. Be there for the next 20, Lord will life last 23 men's conference. Don't let another man and emotion or another woman and emotion take you out this truth. You got that?
Yes, sir. 1 Corinthians chapter 9 and verse 19.
All praises. So this is 1 Corinthians chapter 9, verse 19. Start at verse 1.
Verse 1. Am I not an apostle?
Uh-huh.
Am I not free?
Uh-huh.
Have I not seen Jesus Christ our Lord?
Yep.
Are not ye my work in the Lord?
So it's just talking about apostles and work in the Lord. Now jump the verse, where was it, 9:19?
It's 22.
But let's go to 21. So I started at 1, where to jump to 21.
Yes, sir. Verse 21. To them that are without law, as without law, being not without law to God, but under the law to Christ, that I might gain them that are without law.
Now he's speaking back and during that time between the Jews and Gentiles. When you're reading, he goes on throughout his letters and talks about them who are without law, are talking about like Cornelius, right? The northern kingdom. But how do we relate that today? Because there's a lot of our people in the Christian church that truly believe that they're doing the right thing, but they're without the laws of God. They don't think they got to keep the commandments. Read on.
Verse 22. To the weak became I as weak.
So Paul said to the weak, he got on their level and became as weak. Read on.
That I might gain the weak, I am made all things to all men.
Because that's what you're going to find. A good leader is going to know how to become all things to all men. And I could tell you, just from being around our Bishop Nathaniel, the brother is all things to all men. He knows what to say to you and what you need to hear when you need to hear it. That's a real leader. And he has hard conversations with people. That's what real leaders do. You see your men around you, you need them to grow, you got to stimulate growth. And that's what a general does. That's what a real leader does. Makes people around him better. All right? And I want to strive to be like our bishop, Bishop Yawasab, Bishop Kanai, Deacon Asaph. These are mighty men of the Lord that guide us in the spirit. So I'm just coming on, just letting you know that the reason why you saw men's conference like that is because when these men started out with, they had a couple of people. They had the same core values back then as they do now. And we need to strive to continue to do like so. Then after the years to come, we can be all things to all men. I hope you brothers understand that. I hope you took something away from men's conference. Okay, that's it on that. Now, I'm going to work in reverse. I want to talk about the highlights, and then we're going to get back to reality in the problems. Get me, I'm going to start with video number 4. So many of you might have heard of, there was a famous Caucasian rapper named Eminem, Slim Shady, who actually hijacked black people's music to the point, listen, it's 40 years, nobody give a damn about no white rapper. White rapper is counterproductive. It doesn't make any sense. Rap is to escape oppression. Eminem don't have to rap. He can make money doing other things. He's white. don't give a damn where the hell he's from. Any white rapper for that matter. I don't give a damn if you grew up around black. That don't mean nothing. Okay? The point is, 8 Mile is known for Eminem. But what you don't know is about a place called 7 Mile where black people get shot and murdered all the time. We're going to show you about 7 Mile. We're going to play a video with the first 4 minutes, and we're going to show you that at 7 Mile, what goes on in 7 Mile, and that's why we went there. Okay? So we're going to play that video. I have it earmarked for you or time marked at the top. So when you're ready to play it.
7 Mile Road in Detroit. One of the most dangerous no-go zones in the USA.
Stop real quick.
Those who
I'm
live...
not going to jump by that. Stop. He said something. 7 Mile Road is one of the most dangerous no-go places. What does that mean, no-go place? Well, it's pretty much semantics. You don't want to go there. But there's actually a label that they gave it. It's a no-go place. West side of Chicago is a no-go place. South Central is a no-go place. Lower Ninth Ward is a no-go place. South Bronx, New York is a no-go place. There's labels that the white man just told you it's a no-go place. I want you to look up the word no-go. It might be Urban Dictionary. Just look up no-go. We're going to play this video. If you don't find it, I don't need it. But there's actually ESO don't just say stuff without meaning. Play on.
For dare to come here are playing with their lives. Ruled by the 7 Mile Bloods, one of the most notorious gangs in the city.
You can't buy your way to the top. I mean, it just comes with the respect you get in the street.
Drug dealers, hustlers, killers, and thieves, prepared to do whatever it takes to defend their territory.
Killing, robbing, homicides, like a 24/7, 365
Pause real quick.
Pursued by
Just
bounty...
real quick. Pause real quick. So things that I pay attention, y'all should pay attention to certain things. We know that every inner city has gangs, right? And we know that they're fighting over the power of drugs and the money you get from the drugs and other illegal deals so they can buy things like nice cars with 22-inch rims and seats cut out with big speakers, mid-range tweeters, candy-coated paint, all of that. We all been through that crap. Why? So when you have that, the women say, oh, he's looking good. He's flossing. It's all a sick trap. The thing I noticed is that these are men that allow mattresses to pile up in the community. If you see when they scroll around, big giant places with trash just piled up. And that just goes to show you little things like that, man. The children that are trying to be positive, they got to walk by that crap. They might be able to avoid the drug dealers, and maybe they say, well, when the kids are out, we don't pull the straps out when the kids are out. But little things like that, you got to walk in the hood with trash all around you. It's stuff like that that really just bothers me as a man. And this is why it's the importance of us doing what we do to try to inspire change. And I wanted to point that out because I don't think we're all shocked to know that there's gangs in Detroit. Okay? Play on.
Who hound them down and put their lives on the line every day.
There's been a lot of execution styles lately in the head 2 times.
From Detroit's no-go zone, death is the main escape route.
Once you in, it ain't no coming out.
Detroit.
So now, they mentioned no-go zones, and I wanted to bring that out before they mentioned that because no-go zones are places, and guess what? You're not going to find a no-go zone in a Caucasian community. You're not going to find a no-go zone in a Chinese community. There's some places you might want to not go, maybe certain parts of Chinatown. You're definitely not going to find in an East Indian community a no-go zone. This is how you know, KNOW, that we are the Israelites. And this is why when we show later on the emotional impact we made, because a lot of these black women we're going to show in a minute, and brothers, this is just what they've become accustomed to. We just kill each other, just the way black people are. That's why our job is so doggone important. So whatever office you have in IUIC, whether you're IT, security, kitchen team, commander pro, whatever you're doing, do the best you can in that office, because every office works together like the spiritual military we are to produce a nation that's going to be projected out to our people visually to do what? Get them to change. I'm telling you, this was powerful. A lot of us in this room, including myself, we take for granted what we did. Don't take for granted what we did, because guess what? Like Bishop said, he was speaking. He's like, look, this right here, this ain't nothing. He's right, because I remember we had like 60 men. I'm like, damn, we taking the world over with 60 men. This is nothing. The thing is, y'all got to get ready for is when they start taking us out, are you going to stand? Every war, you got casualties of war. Every war. Name me a war where people didn't die. Every war.
And you know what's crazy, Cap? After looking at this in Detroit, we marched down the same street that they just said was a no-go zone. And they got loudmouth black women that hated what we did. They hated what we did. And they showed it all. I seen it all on social media. They hated seeing black men do what we did. What we doing is making an impact. That Babylonian-minded person, man or woman, they feeling that pressure. They feeling it just like Esau feeling it. So all praise to the Lord we did that.
And the thing is, the no-go zone, but you know who does go to the no-go zone? Players, pimps, hustlers, prostitutes, drug dealers, gang members, murders. That's a go zone for them. So when you go to a no-go zone and you come in with solutions and biblical structure, you shut down the no-go zone. So the reason why they run a big black dumb mouths is because you stop on the flow of their hustle. For that, that's what you're doing. But what you're going to realize is that the righteous, we bold. We bolder than you. We bolder than you because we got a whole fleet with us. You can't see them. Now, let's get to it because I already realized it's 10:06 already. Yeah, pull up that. Yeah, please. No-go. What is a no-go zone? Are we getting this from definition.net? Okay.
A no-go zone or no-go area is an area that has notoriety for violence and crime, which can be dangerous for people to go there. Barricade off to civil, such as police or military authorities, usually by a paramilitary organization. Primary meaning by Karen C. March 20, 2018, no-go zone, a place that is not appropriate to go now.
In other words, when it gets so dangerous that the cops don't want to be there, in layman's terms, that's a no-go zone. I remember years ago, was a place called Bridgeport, Connecticut, where before they brought the state police division in, they used to kill people and bodies just to go down the street. Bridgeport, Connecticut was very, very, very dangerous. They called it Little New York. And then they had to bring paramilitary in. They had to clean up everything. They had to lock a lot of people up. And they used to, and by the way, it's wicked as hell what they used to do. They used to shoot people from the top of projects buildings. They used to do that. This is in the 80s. A lot of the places, parts of New York City, Los Angeles, Houston, major cities where they did that. These no-go zones are places where they're not gonna risk certain police. They know it's already. They're gonna let the BS go down. They're gonna come up and clean up later. I'm telling you, this is why we must keep doing what we're doing. Don't take for granted what you're doing. Okay, we're about to show some stuff. Captain Carper already showed some of this stuff. It never gets old. Never gets old. Play on with the. We read the definition. So Esau, people who think about things sat down and entered and created this definition so that we could look it up and actually share it with you today. It was 2018, right? So Esau already knows what's going on. That's why at the Patient Saints Radio, Captain Ezra brought out that the green lights are places that are hardwired and monitored directly to police stations or police, rooms where they survey things, all right? All of that's there. They had the same thing in Albuquerque, New Mexico. We couldn't figure it out. McDonald's, Albuquerque was the hood. They was walking around with strapped security guards, regular ones, doing friggin' fire watch around, like rounds. Walk around at McDonald's in Albuquerque. It's all over.
Hey, Cap, they did the same thing in Suriname. Wow. We was sitting there, me and the captains, we was sitting there, was eating. Dude walks up, Captain's first, like, hey, man, look at that. I'm like, yeah, dude just passed. He had a big, huge rifle and was walking down the street with it. He was the security for that restaurant. Walking up and down the street, locked and loaded with a full rifle in his hand, out in the public. And nobody was saying nothing because they know that presence is needed. They know that.
Black people,
crazy.
Black people respect fear.
Yep.
Let's play on with this. We're going to move on from this. We just want to show you that where we were at is a no-go zone. It's nothing nice. It's one of the worst places in the country. And the people that's behind this evil are lost Israelites who believe that there's no hope, so they turn to illegal activities to try to fulfill their desires, which is misguided covetousness. And it's all a bunch of sin. And the reason why is because the Christian churches have 100% failed black and brown people in this country. And that's why brothers was motivated to come up with, I left this church and you should too. Okay? So let's go ahead and play the rest of the video.
Detroit, Motown, once the engine that powered the American dream. But while the wealthier people escaped to the suburbs, the bitter reality inside the Motor City became all too apparent. The former heartland of the U.S. automobile industry is teetering on the edge of an abyss. Poverty, crime, decay. For years, Detroit has been considered one of the most dangerous cities in the USA, and especially infamous is 7 Mile Road. This is an area so tough that even the police only dare tread during the day. The violent crime rate.
That's all I need. They said there's 7 Mile Road, right? So you're talking about we don't want to go to the hood. This is what we run to. 7 Mile Road, and why would they say this and publish this? 7 Mile Road is a place that cops will generally, using wisdom to keep their force alive, only go predominantly during the day. Now, I'm sure if they had murders, and they would dispatch at night, but they're wise not to go. That's why the gunshot rings out. Okay, well, how many people died? Cops show up 2-3 hours later, whatever. You keep your force alive. That's how evil the Israelites are there. That's how evil we are. Now, that is the problem that's going on in Detroit. Now we're going to show you what we did and how it inspired some of them same brothers and sisters who live in that neighborhood, meaning they stay there. They're residents of that neighborhood. And how did us seeing black men, Hispanic men, old black men, tall black men, short black men, light black men, medium-skinned black men, dark-skinned black men, gray-beard black men, white-beard black men, 20-year-old young, not a lot of facial hair black, all working and loving one another together as one body. I'm telling you, bro, I'm telling you, just hold on. Don't let you emotional brothers, man. Don't get emotional. Correction comes, you niggas run. Stop. The hell are you going to be in the army? You're going to get corrected. A lot of you don't see yourselves as being in the army. This is a spiritual army on this side. On this side. All right? play that video number. Now we're going to go to verse 5. No, I'm sorry. Let's go to verse 6 and then verse 7. Some of you probably seen this. I just am blown away at the level of growth that I've personally seen, and I'm very, very proud of Israel United in Christ. And just to show you real quick, all of these men are being checked in each day going in. And guess what? Nobody cussed nobody out. There was no drugs found. There was no fighting. There was nobody that got drunk. None of that. There were so many men, you can't number it. You're trying to figure it out. There's so the whole sea of men, and all in order. And a lot of us used to do dumb stuff, wicked stuff in the world. We all in order because we understand our role. That it's bigger than just us. We're part of a nation that's rising from the dunghill, okay, of our captivity. We're rising out of it. Play on.
Get to my topic. So we're going to go over career choices and resume prep, okay? So in this presentation, I'm here to pique your interest and give you some tips on how to make yourself more searchable, all right? I have my first conversation with you. I want to build that relationship. These are things that successful people do, okay? These are contingency plans because you never know what can happen with a job.
Pause real quick. So at this men's conference, we have, not only do we care about building the nation through our street ministry and other media, global outreach, we also want to make brothers more marketable to get better jobs. We're in captivity. Jeremiah says, build ye houses and plant gardens. So all of that, not everyone is going to work at McDonald's. That's not knocking that. Career preparation for us.
So, Cap, you mean to tell me that the Israelites got jobs?
Yeah.
Because, all over social media, they say we're a bunch of child support, behind child support. We have no jobs. We beat our women. We live at home with our mothers. We're a bunch of do-nothings. But yet we have a captain, a mighty man of the Lord, coming and giving a seminar on how to make yourself more marketable to employers, how to get a resume together, how to make your resume look better than what you made it at first, giving pointers to make you a better man than you are.
Self-improvement. And this is just one small component of our men's conference. So this is why when we see pastors who are very ignorant make statements like they do this, well, you're looking at men. Many are very, very highly educated, honorably discharged from the U.S. military, decorated. Some brothers decorated war veterans. Some brothers Fortune 500 workers, multiple work pursuing doctorate degrees. And we also know that Esau's the damn devil. We know that too. All of these things, because guess what? We broke the commandments. As a result of that, we went into slavery. That's our fault. You can't deny the fact that we went through slavery. In our rising up, we're going to keep the commandments. We know that God allowed you to do that to us. But at the same time, there's a judgment for what you've done. So the best way to overcome our enemies is to live a godly life and do the things peacefully in order. That's what we're doing, okay? And that's why you get these urban apologetics, which is amazing because you dumb black people in that. You're so stupid. How do you have an urban, why don't you all apologetics? This is like you got a black Mason in you stupid as hell. You can't see that? You got a Nation of Islam and regular Islam. Why got to be the Nation of Islam? What is the NOI? You understand? You're slaves. You're caught up in it, man. You're the Israelites. Anyways, play on.
They have a secure job right now, but that doesn't mean you're going to have it tomorrow.
So all praises, all praise. That was video number
That was number 6.
Number 6. Let's go to video number 7, and then we'll go to 8. And we don't have enough time to go over everything. There was so much covered in a short period of time. So we're going to play video number day 2.
Love on each other and push each other to greatness. He wasn't scared to be great. Remember earlier he said, not afraid to be different. He wasn't afraid to be different. So what is spirit we get that we got on us now?
Everything is scriptural. Even in the music that we doing, everything is spiritual. Y'all gotta understand that. But we gotta support this.
It's nation time, man. We doing. Pause it real quick. So a couple of things. The brother that was speaking at the beginning is a brother named, before he was Captain Hananiah, his name, he used to be called T. Hananiah. And what some of you don't know, that's my brother. Hananiah used to stutter to the point where something happened to him. He had to overcome a lot before he came to this truth. I'm not going to put his business out there. Hananiah used to stutter. And he did not want to be a reader. And you would never know. So that voice at the beginning you heard was a brother that I know personally has overcome things that the average man cannot overcome. And I'm blown away that how far this brother's come in the truth. He's a mighty brother. He sacrificed his whole existence to get up, move to a different part. And the brother is one of the most motivating brothers that I know. So there's stories behind this. Now, the next one is my brother Zakai. I was with Zakai in the Bronx camp for many years. Zakai is the manager, if you will, of Original Royalty Music, where we have many different artists. So many artists, I lose name of them. Officer Matthews is an artist, a decorated artist. We've got many artists there. But guess what? This is just the beginning. That's why we make jokes, man, enough with the rap music already. Because rap is dominant. Wait till what you see it's gonna grow to different levels. My point is, Zakai, I remember we was around the room. It was just Zakai and was talking to the bishop and was getting ideas, and look what it's grown to. That's another small part of this nation of Israel. So we have resume building, we have Original Royalty Music, we have so many different things that's going on. Is that it on that? Play on.
Spiritual, y'all gotta understand that. But we gotta support this.
It's nation time, man. We doing a stepping. Precept book a part of my uniform, so it's part of my weapon. Ain't worried about you, we doing the work. IUIC, we repping.
Pause.
We take.
I can't skip by my brother. I sat next to this man for many years, and I always look up to this brother since the very beginning. Deacon Yahshua. Let me tell you something, Deacon Yahshua. This brother handles stress like nobody I ever met. And he does so many different things behind the scenes that is not put out on Front Street, that for purposes of administrative, it doesn't need to be. But that brother is a master multitasker. He's a master manager, and I've known him for many years. And the level of the brother, the eloquence, the way he speaks, the way he moves is incredible. I'm just proud of that, Deacon Yahshua. So my point is that, and I'm going somewhere kind of a long way, because I'm showing you that there's history and there's stories behind the faces without getting too much detail. So when people come in and you say dumb stuff, even you new brothers that come after 2-3 years, you don't understand that we're family. Like we all family, like real family. And so this is why we can see the BS coming from, we don't have to entertain it. Okay, this is why we know what's going on. We know what we got to do. Okay, and we're going to continue to grow because we have great leaders who overcome trials and still build their men up while they're going. I'm telling you, you got to see it. Play on.
We got one job. We ain't asking no questions. Hey, look, you want war with who? Digga, I done, give me a boost. You know we came as one. Or they came in, we breaking it too. Now you can put that on the news. Apologetics, they getting the blues. It ain't no secret we Jews. They know our bishop, yeah, he got the...
Real quick. So, I remember years and years ago, I got to tell a story. Years and years ago, the first brother that I met when I was in Connecticut, that I came to the door, I seen before, it was way before deacons, years before deacon, it was Lava. And the first thing that brother did is when I came in, he received me with the most positive reinforcement I ever seen. He said, bro, don't worry about nothing. You in the right place. You just stay, hang on. Same way he is now is the same way he is back then. Motivate, motivate, motivate. Not afraid, okay? Deacon Laba, that is a real loyal brother. That a brother that's going to tell you the truth, even if you don't want to hear it. I've been cussed out many times. 99.99% of the time was 100% deserved. The point is that we're family. And this is why the leadership continues to grow and foster and develop men under them, because it's sincere. It's real. It's a family affair. Men who overcome trial after trial because we put our trust in God. It's a heavy. Play on.
Apologetics, they getting the blues. It ain't no secret we Jews. They know our bishop, yeah, he got the juice. In the blink of an eye, our bodies gonna change. We keeping the laws. He told us hold fast, we ain't worried about names. We hitting them all. Tell your pastor he better stay in his lane, because we won't.
Bishop, all praise to the Most High. I just said what I said about Bishop. Like I said, you brothers, man, who have the opportunity, just cherish the moments that you get a chance to be around bishops. I'll just say it like that. Some of you brothers, you don't want to sit in the hot seat. The hot seat is the seat of love that's going to force you to grow. A lot of you brothers are afraid of that. That's why a lot of brothers can't handle no pressure.
Hey, Cal.
No
funny you say that. Remember when Bishop said, hey, let me come on down here. As soon as he did that, all the officers was next to me was like, oh, snap.
Yeah.
Oh, snap. Oh, snap. Oh, man, he going to call on me. I said, look, man, we all get that brain fog. When Bishop pointed at you, what's the answer right there? Your brain go, and you don't remember nothing that just happened. You forget it. You could be like, what's the law on a beard? And you, But that's just the impact. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Like, that type of pressure is stuff, a lot of us need that. A lot of us need that. I ain't even realize it, Cat, when I saw you in the store. He was like, hey, you still coming down off the men's conference?
Yeah.
I ain't even, because I'm still in men's conference mode. I didn't even realize that I was still in men's conference mode. I'm walking around like I'm still in Detroit, and just feeling the whole vibe of everything that was going on. It was definitely a recharge is an understatement. That's an understatement. Like, this was every men's conference, it gets better and better and better. And I remember in the men's conference in Houston, 2015, when they said we moving away from being a camp and moving more towards being a nation. Since that time, I've seen the growth. My short time in this truth, and it is phenomenal this past weekend. Phenomenal.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So we're gonna, what time? It's almost 10:30. We're gonna go to 11:10. So we got a little bit of time. Let's go ahead and finish that up, and then we're gonna go to a couple more others, and then we're gonna show why we need to be rededicated, because the work is so much to do. Did we finish that one? Or okay, next one. Okay, now this one right here. Hold up, let me see what we. Okay,
this is number 8.
Okay.
Trials and tribulations, friendships and betrayal. The life of a prophet is not for the weak. Success and setbacks.
Pause real quick. Rewind a little bit. So all I see is mistakes. I see mistakes. I'm just telling you right now. I'm just driving me freaking crazy. I'm going to find each and every single one of you too. Yeah, get to the formation part. Stop. See, what I'm looking at is you look at the top of the screen, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows back. The one with the light skin is not in line with the friggin' column 1 because column 2 is too far forward. That's what I'm looking at. It's driving me freaking crazy because that to the average eye looks, no. I want everybody in step to the same doggone thing. And it's a hell of a lot better than Chicago, okay? It needs a long way to go. Another thing I don't like is big, fat, disgusting lard backs. I can't stand. All you lard backs are going to lose weight. I'm telling you right now. I'll put a dog on your front street. There's programs out for you. Bunch of brothers dropped out because you're obese or morbidly obese, and I'm not going to sugarcoat nothing. The sisters, I'm not talking about you. I'm only talking about the men. You weak-ass brothers. All of you, obviously, if you have a medical condition, work with your doctor. Most of you, white doc, work with your white doctor and follow what they tell you. We're going to go back to this. I want the screen, please. So, although it's a little bit of, okay, it's somewhat of structure, we're going to get better than that. Because there was some brothers that because they have big, giant, huge belly, lard back, barrel gutted guts, it makes the whole shoulders move forward, which throws the whole alignment to the right off, literally. That's why the lard backs need to lose the weight, okay? Play on.
Success and setbacks, too many to count. I've seen a lot come and I've seen a lot go. But there's one thing I've learned. No one man can do it alone.
Season changing, we go harder. Barely get sleep, I hit the streets, I got my guard up. I know we probably did some things that we not proud of. That's why the Father had to leave us at the bottom. But I ain't tripping cause he got us. We on the mission time, ticking on that timer. Taking the kingdom, ain't no secret, bro, we got it.
Look at this guy. Judah, look at it. Pause it. Judah walking all diddy bopping. I seen it. Judah, Chicago, I saw what you did. You short diddy bopping. I'm going to get you, man. The point is this. You can see him right there. He's diddy bopping because he's about 60 pounds. He's obese. I talked to him about it. We're going to, I look at mistakes. I look how we're going to strengthen. I want, Lord's will, the years to come, we get all of our overweight brothers or obese and or have eating disorders to lose the weight because it's going to help us as a nation to look better, to feel better about ourselves, and to be blameless. You're talking about people in the formation says a lot of your men look like they're unhealthy. Well, because a lot of them are. They're going to fix themselves. So we're going to work on that. We're going to work on this whole year. We're going to work on our marching because our marching is just, I just see nothing but mistakes. Overall, it's slight improvement. I'll give us that. We're going to get better and better, okay? The whole Bigfoot thing is a colossal friggin' technical nightmare, which we're going to fix. All in all, the effect on camera looks good, but we, behind the scenes, us that's paying attention, we know we got to fix, okay? We know we got to fix it. We're going to fix it, too. All right, play on.
Rise and shine, early grind, recognize I'm certified. 12 tribes worldwide, don't act like you ain't heard about it. I'm a young kind of fly. And all of my brothers, it's strongly alive.
All praises and shout out to all the creative minds of the tech team that mic'd Bishop Nathaniel up, which I was, all of us were kind of blown away. I think only some guys had some inside information. We were not expecting that. So to the point when all of a sudden, you're like, what the hell's going on? And you hear he's mic'd up as he's walking. You can hear the men in the background talking about, I left the church. And the men were, and then you can hear Bishop crystal clear as you're standing right next to him. That's a level, that's people that care about production and the way people view that. That's a great mind. This is why, like, that right there is an evolution. That's beautiful. All right,
can I get a
beautiful.
script cap?
Yes.
Ezekiel 37:10. A lot of us, we know that, prophecy becomes history. All right? Prophecy becomes history. When we read, it's stuff that happened. All right? That's why I love when Bishop broke down Revelations. He was going through World War I and World War II and showing how the scriptures was describing it. The prophet was describing everything that was going on. It was mind-blowing. But watch this.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 37, verse 10. So I prophesied as he commanded me, and the breath came into them, and they lived and stood upon their feet, an exceeding great army.
Now, I know leadership say this a lot, but I believe this wholeheartedly. I think Ezekiel saw us. Because there ain't nobody else taken in the streets city after city after city in large number showing themselves to be an actual army. Because everybody that sees us in every single city, they always message us on the back end with the same, why are y'all so militant? Why do y'all have such military structure? What is this? What's going on with this? Is this in the Bible? Is this scriptural? Why are y'all so paramilitary type? They see that we are army. And yeah, we know this is spiritual in Ezekiel 37, but guess what? We physically representing what the army of the Lord is going to look like. Now, I think he didn't say purple and gold because it would have probably went to our head. But still, we are that army Ezekiel saw. Point blank, period. I don't care what nobody say. That was us. We was right there. Lord's will we all endure to the end.
You read the scripture?
Then you read it?
You read it? Okay.
Yeah,
All praise. So look, that's it for that video. I want number 5. Now, number 5 is I'm going to tell you something. The hardest dude, you watch this video and you just let your guard down for a minute. I'm telling you, because what happens is these sisters and these brothers have seen so much disappointment, so much agony, death, despair, loss of hope, powerlessness. What you're going to see is stuff like this motivate me to I want to do a better job. I see all the mistakes, I'm going to fix all of them. I want to make it even better. I want every single thing that I can do in my office to be better. That's what all of you is supposed to be. You cooking in the kitchen, make sure its presentation is perfect going forward. You shine in your office. In the tech team, you shine in your office. Whatever you do it with all your strength. I'm serious. Listen, this is time. Take this energy. Let's move forward. All right? Play this. I ain't gonna let it play all the way through.
It's wonderful to see all of black men together, getting along, loving each other. It's amazing.
I left the church to join God's army. We left the church to join God's infantry. Said your father was there when you left. Your mother was there when you left. Your sister, your brother, your cousins, your auntie, your uncle was there when you left. Said your father was there when you left. Your mother was there when you left. Your sister, your brother, your cousins, your auntie, your uncles. To join God's army.
All right, we're gonna play it again. I'm gonna point a couple things out, and the spirit in them sisters is like, it's like, damn, we got something. We really are not a lost cause. They don't understand everything. They might not understand about not eating shrimp and crab. They might not understand about the lies of white Jesus, but they know one thing. They never seen black people coming together like that. Brothers in order that they know we come from where they come. We know we seen struggle like they seen struggle. We're not foreigners. We're not disconnected from their understanding of what they see. We see the same thing. But now we're going to play it again. A couple of things I see in there that drive me crazy.
Cap.
Yes.
What it looks like to our people, they're like, look, y'all are shining a light into the heart of darkness.
Right.
That's what they see. They're like, dang, you know what? Somebody does care about us.
And you notice the sisters, the first sister, she probably about 40, the one with the tall hair. The other two sisters one was probably in the 60s. The one that came out with short hair, she probably like 50s. Because they grew up in the 80s, some in the 70s, but they see black man after black man. If it ain't done by the hands of the cop, it's by another brother. Because there's not a lot of opportunity for us. When the cars left Motor City, man, Detroit used to be slamming. Motown, Motor City, all of that. Detroit had a black upper class. They had a black middle class. You can read about it. What happened after the major motor companies fell out? It's like Baltimore. It's very depressed. Okay, but I'm gonna play it again. I'm gonna show you what I see, because I see we're gonna make it better. I'm gonna show you what I see. Play it.
It's wonderful to see all of black men together, getting along, loving each other. It's amazing.
I left the church to join God's army. We left the church to join God's infantry. Said your father was there.
Not yet. Keep going.
Your mother was there when you left.
Pause right there. I'm gonna show you something. So think of the bishops and the deacons as your presidents and your governor. They're royal dignities. They're out in front because they represent the heads of the nation. But the captains, I told all the captains, we're gonna fix it. The captains are out of step. I'm gonna tell you right now. And that's my responsibility. I'm gonna fix that. Watch how the captains is marching. Look at the captains. And by the way, because the reason why I'm saying this, because there's people comment and say, well, if you're going to march, why don't you be in step? We're working on that. We don't have 9 hours a damn day to train together. It's an hour here, an hour there. We're going to still get it right, despite all you damn naysaying, pessimistic damn couch dwellers. That's right. Okay? Play on.
Sister, your brother, your
Pause. If you can watch behind the captains, that formation, they're moving as one. What? Play it again. Rewind a little bit. You gotta train that watch. We're just gonna fix this. We are gonna fix it. Not me. We are gonna fix it. And guess what? This is because we want it to be even more impactful. We want to move even more spirits. This here, like bishops, this is nothing. There's going to come a time they cannot ignore us. Right now, they can still ignore us, but there's going to come a time. There's going to be certain journalists and certain media outlets, they're going to have independency. They're not going to ignore us. They're not going to be able to.
Hey, Cap, watch how much fear gets instilled when we are in step, when we are moving with precision, when we are moving one as a unit, and there is no mistakes or very little mistakes to where only the drill instructor in charge can see the mistakes, but the general public can't. Wait till we get to that level and see how much fear gets struck in the hearts and the minds of the wicked people that's out here in the world.
And we're going to get there. We are at 100% disadvantage with our scheduling, with our time, with our availability, and we still are able to accomplish this, which I want the best. So we're going to get the best. So play on. Pause right there. So you can see the captain's heads are moving, the shoulders are moving all side to side, and behind them, and this is going to be corrected. This is something that it's me straining now, but behind them, play.
Your brother, your cousins, your auntie,
because behind them, they're all staying. For example, one of the thing that I was very impressed with, the brother that sings this song was wonderful, because it's to keep time. It's, I left the church, and you should too. I left the church, dun, dun, dun. It keeps you in step. Your father was there where you left. You're right. They took that military and made a song about it in a week, less than a week. This music that you hear is as good as any pop star out there, period.
That's right.
And you put up against, you have people in the world, but damn, yo, what the hell is this? This is, your mother was there. Oh, shoot. They're going to vibe to that because it's just good music. And it was done like that. That's how creative, that's how ingenious our people are when we work together. And we didn't even know that. Okay? It's a beautiful surprise, a wonderful song. But we're going to fix it. For all you naysayers out there, you don't think. We train men over here. And with the limited amount of time we have, we still going to shine. We still going to exceed your expectations. you haters. So thank you for the motivation. It definitely helps me, Lord's will, to help us go to the next level with my small office in IUIC. Little small office. But we're gonna make it, we're gonna shine even more. This is me personally, this drives me crazy. Play on.
Hey, stop it and go back to that dude real quick.
Yeah.
He had me choked up in the men's conference.
Yes. Right there.
More back. We want to see full reaction.
Cousins, your auntie, your uncle was there when you left. Your father was there when you left.
Now go back to him one more time, and I want you to leave it up. Pause with him with his fist in the air. Can I get Luke 4:18? With his fist in the air, right there. Luke 4:18.
The book of Luke, chapter 4, and verse 18.
Uh-huh.
The Spirit of the Lord is upon me, because he hath anointed me to preach the gospel to the poor.
Uh-huh.
He has sent me to heal the brokenhearted, to preach deliverance to the captives, and recovering of sight to the blind, to set at liberty them that are bruised.
That's what you see right there. That's what you see.
Hey, you know why I'm smiling?
Because you was thinking the same thing.
My Bible is open to Isaiah 61 right now. It's open to it
That's
right
what
now.
you see right there. That's that hope that they get when you preach the gospel to the poor. The people in Detroit are poor. We was talking about it on the way to the men's conference. There was no traffic.
Right.
There was no traffic in the city. That's odd. At 5 p.m., there was no traffic. That means people don't have jobs. Because 5 p.m. is rush hour anywhere in the world.
And that was Thursday and Friday. We noticed it. Thursday and Friday. I noticed the same thing. You just brought that up. I said the same exact thing to the brothers drive. I said, yo, Detroit is a metropolitan. What's going on? If it's any other city, if you trap. He's like, if there's an event, there might be some people here. This is Detroit. It used to be Motown Haven, the spiritual backbone of soul music in this country, Motor City. You dealing with a destroyed people that were left behind.
You was actually going to the airport in the afternoon. On the afternoon, there's no traffic on the highway. It's like unheard of.
It's crazy. So, like I said, when we see these men's conference, we see, look, we're rejuvenated, because at the end of the day, the things that I see is improvements. Just like IT thinks, you know what? Well, next year we did this. We want to take it to the next level. Security said, well, you know what? Next time I got a way to be more efficient with this and the rotations and this. Okay, with the kitchen department, next time maybe we'll do it like this to make it better. We always see ways to make it better, because that is priceless to see what that man, probably 50 years old, okay, the way he threw his hand up like that, it's one of, thank you, brothers, for showing me that my life, there's still meaning left, and our people still have hope. And that giving that hope to the bruised, man. He's bruised, man. He's bruised in his spirit, and he's hurt, and he's sorrowful. And just by doing it, and that's why them sisters was crying. Mm-hmm. It was crying because they was happy to see that we are not killing each other, that we not fitting them damn stereotypes. And guess what? But if you be done to twerk and do all that other stupid stuff or Greek step show, you're going to make the news. You're going to make the news.
Hey, Cap, you know how you know it's powerful? Black men don't get out the barber chair for nothing. But the very first clip is an older black man that got up out of the barber seat to come see us. Right. And then there's another clip of a sister that got out of the salon chair to come see. Right. Black people don't get out of barber chairs and salon seats for nothing. But they got out of their seats to come see us march through 7 Mile.
Right. Good. The things that we're saying, the things that we say in formation is not, it has meaning. Like, I left the church and you should too. That Christian church, they've been lying to you. We speak what we've been through. We tell a story. Some of us used to sell drugs, not no more, okay? Howdy, 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 ho. This man kingdom is about to go. These are things that are songs of redemption and repentance and motivate us, because it's an extension of the gospel, just like the music is an extension of the gospel. Might not be quoting an exact scripture, but it's still speaking the truth to our people. And the beautiful thing about it is it's amplified with one voice with as many men as we have. I've lost count. It can't even count. There's so many. It's a beautiful thing, and I hope that we can keep the same energy, all of us in all our offices. We had all these articles prepared for tonight. I just wanted to make sure we understand that we got to keep pushing. I think we did all of the men's conference. Is that all of them?
Yeah,
okay.
That was all of them.
Yeah, let's go to commercial break. We're going to come back, and next 20 minutes, we're going to show you the reason why we got to be rededicated, because we got a whole lot of evil and oppression to overcome. So stay tuned, precept upon precept, on this late Thursday night. Stay with us. Shalom.
It's IUIC TV for me.
It's IUIC TV for me.
Yo, witness reverse iconoclasm, painting pictures based off lost scriptures you couldn't fathom. Come time travel through ages of biblical pages, black images from the creations and revelations, creating black art that's abstract through holy contact to show on the
Shalom, Israel. This is Bishop Nathaniel. I want you to know that you can view all our Sabbath classes live on IUIC TV. That's right, I said on IUIC TV. Download the app today.
Shalom, shalom. Welcome back to Precept Upon Precept. The first majority of the show, first hour, we went into the men's conference and shown you that we were rejuvenated. All the different speakers, the offices, the great job that our tech team, our beloved brothers who do the audio and visual for our people to see. They capture emotion. They capture the essence of that march, the essence of why we came together. It's a gift. It's a wonderful gift that these men have. Like I said, all of you in your offices, like I said, in Esau's military, if you're a mortarman, you make sure you load them rounds right. You clean that weapon. You clean that barrel. You make sure everything's in order. If you're a tank battalion, you make sure you know all 4 positions. You make sure you understand everything. Your tracks are in order. Motor transport, same thing. Diesel mechanic, got all your tools right. Get ready, do your preventive maintenance, your kitchen administration. All of these things in the Esau's, they know you're proficient in your MOS, which is your job. Same thing with the nation of Israel. Be proficient in what you do, okay? Bishop Kanai said in 2015, listen, it's beyond street teaching, okay? It's beyond that. We got a whole, Bishop Yawasab spoke about it, okay? With a whole nother level's coming. Bishop Yawasab is a doggone genius, okay? Genius. The man sees things a mile away, okay? And under the leadership of our bishops, they're designing ways for all the body to grow. There might be a brother that's 60 years old. He might not be a street teacher. He might have a disabled leg, but the man has got a mind to do other things, and we're going to create ways for him to thrive and to build the nation of Israel. I'm telling you, your brothers, that's why you brothers that leave and you do dumb stuff and you run your mouth to the point where you now you too pride, you don't want to come back. You sitting on the sidelines right now and be like, damn, man, I wish I'd just humbled down. And just to understand that I wasn't ready to try to be an elder yet. Some of you brothers think you were elders. Are you serious? Come on, man. You're ridiculous. Seriously.
In title only, Cap. In title only.
Now, let's get real quick. Bring that thing about that black firefighter. We're gonna go through all of them real quick. We're gonna hit them a rapid fire real quick. We'll do 1, 2. We're gonna go right down 9, 10, and 11. All right,
Cap, this article right here going to show you just how much the devil Esau really is. Esau, what we about to read is the same thing. We marched through inner cities where they're called no-go zones, and people say, it doesn't matter what color Christ is. He loves all. Tell that to the people that's over there in 7 Mile. Tell them color don't matter in 7 Mile. See what happens. See what kind of response you get. That's why we passed 10, 15 churches in that one little block that we marched around, and ain't none of the community getting better. They was more happy to see us than they was to see the church right there. Where that article?
Couple accused by black firefighters say their Juneteenth party wasn't racist, but wife admits to blatantly racist tweets. A Rochester, New York couple who a black firefighter accused of throwing a racist pool party this summer, mocking the Juneteenth holiday, said Tuesday that the party was intended to ridicule liberal politicians, but wasn't bigoted.
So let's use Esau's words against it. Liberals are the people who are making the laws for, you know, the civil rights and the sodomite rights and all of those are the liberals. All right, they're the ones that are, you know, free spirited. Like, hey, let's just let them have whatever they want. Read on.
The couple, Dennis Nicholas Nicosia, and real estate agent Mary ZN, said their July 7th party had been mischaracterized by ZN, confessed to running a racist Twitter account.
So the party was mischaracterized, right? But she had an anonymous account where she would hurl out racial slurs constantly, right? Now, let's see how the party was characterized.
She's gonna say it was hacked.
So what she's saying is she only a part-time racist.
You gonna see. You're gonna see. Fork-tongued devil. That's what this is. The same type of woman that put Emmett Till to death. Let's read that.
According to a legal notice filed by firefighter Jared Jones, the Nicosia's party featured a display mocking the Juneteenth holiday, which celebrated the end of slavery in the 19th century, with Juneteenth flags displayed over buckets of fried chicken.
So the Juneteenth flags was over buckets of fried chicken all over the party. Now the trip part is, yes. Read the next paragraph.
Jones, a 14-year veteran of the fire department, said his captain forced him and 2 co-workers to attend the party while on duty.
They forced him to go. Wow. They forced this man to go to a Juneteenth party, a mockery of Juneteenth. And he didn't even want to go. And he had to go to this on duty. But it wasn't racist. His chief made him go to this thing, and I bet you it was so his chief could ridicule him. Because white people, believe it or not, you well-off black people, white people like to make jokes about you. Yes. And they like when you join in on the jokes because it makes them more comfortable. That's why white people always have that uneasiness about you around them, and they try to make a joke to make you laugh, and then you laugh a couple of times, then they make one black joke just to test you. And then that one black joke turns into all of the racism coming out.
Go back to that, and this is we can inference right here, right? Go back to the writing real quick. So we can inference that Jones is black, right? We can inference that. We can also make the inference that Jeffrey Croway, however you pronounce him, is a Caucasian.
Yep.
We can inference that. And that just goes to show you that we have a lot of work to do. Where the fact that this man had to go and actually legally file paperwork, he had to sit before, find the form, or go online, find the form. This is how much it bothered his spirit. And then he filed the complaint, meaning he has an attorney representing him, because a claim against the city of Rochester is a lawsuit seeking $3 million for emotional distress. Why would a man do it? Firefighters are tough. It's obvious, man, that it's obviously set up. And the thing about it is that these Caucasians, this is not the same thing with Sarah Bartman. They had a cake of Sarah Bartman. It's the same thing that they do. They do this over and over again. Well, I do want to, because we could do a half a show on this. But let's get to the culmination of this article, because I want to show one other thing after this.
Oh, that was it, Cap.
That was it?
That was it, because the rest of the article just goes into how the Edomite wife of the guy, the dentist, His wife, you know, she admitted that, you know, she ran racist Twitter things. She posted racist stuff online, and she did her heartfelt apology to the black community and anyone who was offended or might have been offended by her words on social media. So y'all gotta let these people, let them be the devil that they are and understand that they are the damn devil. Understand that. Like the little black kid that they put cotton in his hair on the Little League team. They saying, well, his mom said there was no ill intent. His mama is a coon. His mama is trying to fit in. That's what's going on. That's called cognitive dissonance. She is willing to let all type of racism happen to her son in order for her to be accepted by them people.
I want to know where daddy was at. You do that to my son, there's going to be a damn problem. And a lot of these women, man, they're weak-minded. We're going to get that in a minute, but I don't know why this didn't make national. It did make news, but it wasn't talked about as much as it should have. Did I forward this to you? If not, I'm going to forward it right now. I thought I did earlier, my mistake. I'm about to forward something. It is a Walmart case that a brother won $4 million from Walmart. I'm forwarding it right now to you. It is a revolt, which you should be able to, and I want to pull it up because it goes right along with the firefighter filed over $1 million. And guess what? This brother won $4 million from Walmart. You don't win millions of dollars from Walmart unless you can prove that somebody has been overtly racist to you. We got the proof. And why isn't this is a great thing. Why isn't this talked about? You don't hear about this. This happened within the last week or so. Let's open this up on the Revolt magazine. There's a bunch of other articles. If you can't get it, I'll get it on the CNN. I'm going to briefly cover this. You got it? So, all right. So, we don't need to subscribe, do we? Okay. Go ahead, read that.
Oregon Walmart ordered to pay black man $4.4 million in racial profiling lawsuit.
So that means a judge, when you get an order to pay, that's a judgment in a court of law. They were judged to $4.4 million. How come this is not all over the news? How come this is not being circulated all over? And you think that this is just happening to this one brother? This happens all the time to black men that go into these stores. All the time. You just learn to admit it. I can track that. I track them like it's nobody's business. I know how to track people that track me. I know how to track people. You can start to see things. Sometimes I'll stop and I'll look up real quick and I'll smile or do something. And then they try to act like they didn't see me. You can do that. I don't know if any of you brothers ever done that before. Just walk upright and you're going to be okay. Let's read it. We're going to get it right on.
Yes, sir. An Oregon Walmart has been ordered to pay up after a Portland area man says he was racially profiled by a store officer, the Seattle Times reports.
So this wasn't just reported in this pro-black revolt. This was the Seattle Times reported this as well. Read on.
A jury in Monmouth County ruled in favor of Michael Magnum after he filed a lawsuit against Walmart alleging that he was harassed by a store officer for shopping while black.
Now hold up. So if he was awarded in a judgment by a judge for $4.4 million, alleging that shopping while black, it is a real thing. It is a curse. Just like it's a curse that a firefighter has to go to a party and he's being under order to go. Maybe they was being, we have to have fire security there. And then so he can be embarrassed and ridiculed. And then now this man stood up for himself. When you read the article for yourself, he won. He's being awarded. So what about all the other dozens and hundreds of brothers who just get so fed up, and then what they'll do is they'll call the cops, and they're actually in the right because they get emotional, then the cops arrest them. It happened. This is why we need God's laws. We are under a curse, and we need to be saved from our enemies when you read in Luke chapter 1. That's why that brother in the march was standing up. He had his left hand. He was like this, right? Because he is on the receiving end of things like this. Just like a firefighter does his job. He's a civil serviceman. He protects people's lives. A 14-year veteran. I mean, he made his tenure, 14 years, and you got to suffer this crap? Okay, so this is what happens to our people. Go back to the article. We're going to move on.
The grocery store giant was ordered to pay $4.4 million in damages. Additionally, Magnum said he felt disrespected and embarrassed after a security officer at the Wood Village Walmart watched him and attempted to falsely accuse him of making threats before ultimately calling the police.
What probably happened is he knew he was being watched. And like, why you keep following me around? Stop following me around. He probably got tired, got out of work. And then the guy, and you'll find out later that the same guy had falsely accused other people. And that's why Walmart, you think Walmart can't get out of a lawsuit? They got boxed in on this one. Scroll down a little bit. Let me see. Okay. See, this brother was 61 years old. He had some resources, right? So where it says, right below it says discrimination case, put down in quotation marks, Walmart has no respect for the community right there.
Yes, sir. Walmart has no respect for the community. They have no respect for the rights of their customers, and they have no respect for the police, said Gregory Kofkery, the attorney of the 61-year-old Portland man.
Now, what you're going to find is, I believe this is a white man. They actually show a picture in another article with a white man smiling next to the brother who is 61 years old. I'm sorry. Yes, Gregory Coffey is a Caucasian. So you got a Caucasian saying that about Walmart, right? Now read on.
The jurors, they awarded every nickel we asked for.
Right, because it was clearly without a shadow of a doubt that he was the victim of a crime called shopping while black. That's in Deuteronomy 28. Curse when thou comest in, curse no matter what you could be the man's 61 years old, probably he's a senior citizen, probably just shopping. He was actually looking for a bulb for a refrigerator, some part. So you got to look around the store and you might be searching for a little bit. The security, you obviously see a man, he's 61 years old. You know, he has a little bit more. And they do that all the time to 25, 28, 30-year-old black men who don't have resources, who are emotional, and he's probably used to getting away with calling the cops and having them get him locked up off a false accusation. But this guy, he had a little bit more sense. Scroll down. I want to move on. So y'all read that for yourself. Here's the point, this is why we have work to do. Because it doesn't matter if you are successful, how affluent you are. It doesn't matter if you're a 14-year firefighter. We are under the curses, and we have a lot of work to do. Now, get the we don't have time to get to this other thing. Oh gosh, that's good. Get me the last one. Show me that box of guns, number 9 and number 10. Go to 10 first. 10 first. I'm going to show you, and the whole point of this is, do you think the FedEx driver would have made the mistake in a suburban white community? That's my point. That's the thing. Okay, it was a mistake, right?
Beverly Hills.
Right. So show the map real quick. All right. Or you can put an article up first if it's easier. Then we can go back to the map. Whatever is easier. We get ready to wind down. It's already 11:06. Get me Deuteronomy chapter 28 while we wait. Deuteronomy 28. I'm sorry. Yeah, Deuteronomy 28. And look at verse, is it 16 I want? No. 19.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 19.
19 and 20. Read.
Cursed shalt thou be when thou comest in, and cursed shalt thou be when thou goest out.
You think you get a good job. Civil servant. You think you worked your whole life for 40 years. You think you're going to escape these curses? What that brother went through, yeah, it's great that he got rewarded, but guess what? That's a curse. To be fouled around and harassed when you're just trying to do your job. Okay, they have to go to a racist party. Okay, these things are happening. What do you think's happened to the people that live on 7 Mile? Okay, they might not have a job, that are in a depressed area. If it's happening to mobile people, they got resources. A firefighter got resources. This gentleman is able to get a Caucasian attorney and file this. He obviously has resources. He has the time to do that. And guess what? He went all through the paperwork process and won. The preponderance of evidence against Walmart, a supermarket giant, they said. You don't win a case unless you've got everything online, which means that it's happening to many other brothers. Which means that this Bible is real, which means we have more work to do. More and more work. All right, read on.
The Lord shall send upon thee cursings, vexation, and rebuke, and all that thou settest thine hand unto for to do.
Everything we set our hand to do. This brother probably a stellar firefighter, got all the accolades, and it doesn't matter what you put your hand to do. It doesn't matter. He going to have another thing he going to go through until he turned back to the Most High and then understand why. Like if I was a firefighter and went to racist part, in my mind, I'd be laughing. It wouldn't affect me. I'd be like, yep, Esau being Esau, you damn devil. And I'd just be in my head quoting Isaiah 14, looking at them. At least I know who you are. Thank you for being Esau. And now I can see you. Before, I would have been just like this dude. Now we know. We know who you are. The Lord got a special punishment for you, too. These brothers don't know that. Read on.
Until thou be destroyed, and until thou perish quickly, because of the wickedness of thy doings, whereby thou hast forsaken me.
And we have forsaken the Lord. That's why we in the condition we in now. You got the map? So we're going to look at a map of greater Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, which is a major metropolitan. You know Philly. Y'all know Philly. It is a huge city once we get that map up.
Hey, Cap, one thing that I wanted to bring out about what you just read in Deuteronomy 28, when it said, "Cursed shall be when I go us in and come us out." There was sections in the city in New Orleans in the 90s, the late 90s, and the early 2000s. It was called zero tolerance zones. A zero tolerance zone is the police can do anything to you. And because you're in that place, they have every right over you. So you can go in, oh, they did this, they did that, they harassed me, this, that, and the third. Where were you at? Oh, I was on this street. Well, that's a zero tolerance zone. So if they said you did something, you did it. Point blank, period. There was no fighting it. So what that man went through, and it's what a lot of black people go through. It's just that one was able to be caught and brought to the news cameras and the news people. Everything else is not seen.
Here's another example of why we got a lot of work to do. And when I was looking at this, my mind went somewhere else with this. This next, we're going to show a map of Philadelphia, just so you can see on this map. Once you pull it up, so there's a place called Chester. All right, you see the little two white bodies and the blue little teardrop. It's right outside of Philly. It's right there in the greater Philly area. And I want you to see that. And this is predominantly a school with a lot of black and brown children. I don't know that I tried to look for the demographics. I couldn't find it. Now we're going to read the article. We're going to close out with this. This is another example of not only did this make the news, if this did happen at a white school, this wouldn't have made the news. It would have covered it. Wouldn't have. The fact that this happened, that the Federal Express driver, how the hell? It's not a coincidence. It's mockery is what it is. And when you read about it, it just shows you. Some of you might take something away from this, but let's read on.
Box of guns mistakenly delivered to Delaware County High School. The superintendent said they were expecting a delivery of textbooks and supplies for the start of the school year, but instead something else arrived at the loading docks. A box of guns was delivered to Delaware County High School in what police called an honest mistake.
Okay, police says, okay, let's say it was an honest mistake. Read on.
Police said the delivery to Chester High School was a mistake on the part of FedEx, but parents say it couldn't have come at a worse time when schools are laser focused on keeping children safe as they're getting ready to return to class.
Now, I don't work for FedEx, but I know there's classifications of deliveries. And if you have weapons, maybe they don't know. They have weapons, 6 weapons get mistakes for textbooks. But what happened is they caught the mistake and they didn't come back until Monday, right? Why are they putting this out there to the public? Because this is predominantly a Philadelphia school. Chester, it's a high school in Delaware County, Pennsylvania, with which predominantly black and brown children go to the school. I don't know the demographics on it, but and with the history of all the gun violence and things that happened, and the history of what happened in the town right outside in Texas where they just had the shooting that happened with all our Northern Kingdom brothers got shot and sisters, little young. And then also in Chicago, they just dropped guns off in the ghetto, right? It's just, it's mockery is what it is.
I had a question. Was that school like near a pawn shop or a gun store or something? Because it's got an address on it. They usually beep. They get a little thing. They beep, and they put your stuff like.
More than likely.
Okay.
And that was addressed to that school more than likely. Like there's no mistake about that. Like you load up, because I used to work for Amazon and mail carriers and stuff like that. You load up boxes and packages for a certain area, and you work that certain area. So that box was intended to go to that school, and they do it because they know that our people were so mischievous that if a kid runs across a box of rifles, he ain't telling nobody but his partners.
Right, and let's find out what kind of weapons they are, because they actually tell you what they were. It's not like, I don't think they were handguns. They're going to show you what they are. They're going to tell you what they are. Let's read on. Let's scroll down.
Okay.
It does say it. Scroll down a little bit, please. Oh, it won't allow us to get in. Oh, you got to scroll past the local. Hold up real quick. Okay, now that's it. Read there, please.
The Chester Police Department said they found the guns were 30 caliber M1 rifles.
I don't need to know about caliber. I don't need to know about M1. A rifle is in a big box. Let's just go off that very basic premise. So, a big box has a number on it, and that's thousands of dollars if you have 6 M1 30 caliber weapons. Those are weapons that are meant to kill people, right? What's an M1, Mike? Are you recently the most military guy? Is an M1, is that a weapon is that an assault rifle? What is that?
It's similar to an M14. I think a lot of those sniper guys, they use them. So
it's a military grade weapon. Yeah. Okay. So it's a big box, and it's worth a lot of money. So how do you make a mistake with the label? The whole point is that would the FedEx driver, this is my question, this is what I was saying to myself, would the FedEx driver had dropped this off at a Caucasian school?
Nope.
And the answer is, we know it's no. This only happens because we're a curse. This is a curse. Now, scroll down a little bit. Oh, is this M1?
He said it was a mistake.
Hey, go ahead and pull it up. Like World War II was made famous.
Yeah. Okay, so maybe they're vintage, but still a big box. It's heavy.
Yeah, it's the kind where you can you have to like push the rounds in the top of it. Yeah.
So those are worth a lot of money. Those are
and they're heavy.
Wow.
Way more than books. Way more, hell, a lot more than books.
And that box would be long and rectangle shaped.
Yes.
Books don't come in a rectangle shaped box.
So let's see what the explanation is. And here's the point. I just wanted to show you that the things we're going over is we have a lot of work to do. And there's so many things. If you just type in black on black crime, if you go to Chicago News, there's so many different things that we have to be rededicated. So let this men's conference rejuvenate you. Let's all get focused on what we got to do in our respective offices. Let's shine. Let's continue to push. Let's continue to become excellent. Begin to be greater than we were last year. All right? Let's go back to it. We closing out.
The Chester Police Department said they found the guns were 30 caliber M1 rifles. Chester Upland School District officials sent out a letter to the school staff and families making them aware of the discovery. When deliveries come in, we check everything, Kevin Thomas, Chester High School maintenance employee, told NBC 10. Usually it's like school supplies. So I don't think in the history nothing like this had ever happened. So it had to be a big misunderstanding, big mistake. Chester Police Commissioner Steve Gretzky said the box was not addressed to the school or even to a property in the city of Chester. Rather, it had been addressed to an auto repair shop in Broading, Chester Township, to an avid gun collector.
So the guy, it's amazing. So they're saying it's a mistake. They're blaming it on the driver is what they're doing. Well, they said that we covered it. We had the tag, like Officer Mason. The tag was on there. And now it's a mistake. The point is that this doesn't happen in other communities. That's the point. We just to get you the point. We're under the curses of God. So that's it. Look, it's 11:15. We get ready to close out, y'all. Let's go back to the what is it called? I'm tired, y'all. The thumbnail. Let's go back to that thumbnail, and let's take a look at all the things that happen in our community that we continue to struggle with, and let this be motivation. Like I said, all of us together, one mind, one spirit, one step, one mission. Gather the 12 tribes, rejuvenated. But now we got to be rededicated because there's so much work we got to do. The laborers are few. The harvest is plenty. The laborers are few. We got to push. So with that, Israel, we're going to get ready to sign off. We got some, what we got to do?
Hey, look, if y'all want to continue to see shows like this, give alms. Give alms. Y'all can give alms to your local school by donating via PayPal or at your local school's alms box. If you want to donate to this show, you can donate to this show via PayPal at IUIC.NewOrleans@IsraelUnited.org. Also, make sure y'all donate to the Booster Club. You can donate to the Booster Club at IUIC.fundraising@IsraelUnite.org. And if you want to join the Booster Club, you can send an email to IUIC.fundraising@IsraelUnite.org requesting membership.
We are not a hate group. We are not affiliated with any other Israelite group. Israel United in Christ is a nonviolent Bible-based movement. We do not advocate or condone any acts of violence against any race, ethnicity, or gender. We advise that if anyone hears or knows of any plots to cause harm to anyone or to break the laws of the land, you must contact the proper authorities to bring awareness to any possible threat as stated in Leviticus chapter 5, verse 1.
All praise to the Most High. Thanks for staying with us. I know it's late. Precept upon precept. Listen, let's rejuvenate. Let's recharge our batteries. Let's move forward. We got a lot of work to do. We want to make the next men's conference even better, even more epic. It's a 20-year anniversary of IUIC. We got to keep pushing. Y'all brothers have been with us for a long time. Endure. Fight the good fight. It's going to be a battle. You're going to have trials and tribulations. Just endure. So with that, we are your hosts. I'm Captain Shim.
Officer Matthew.
Officer Mikael.
Officer Micah.
And with that, we say shalom.
Shalom.
You listening to Precept on Precept. Captain Shim break it down to no meat left. Line upon line in the word, make you respect. History collegiate when we teach it, brains reset. You listening to Precept on Precept. Captain Shim break it down to no meat left.